I think that overthinking ruins any potential relationship. You think too far ahead. You start to think about everything that could go wrong, and like you're just planning a bunch of futures that aren't even accurate, which ultimately just leads your brain to shutting down, and your brain starts to sabotage you. It thinks that you need protection, which just leads to confusion in their relationship or situationship. I think that the overthinking part is not even communicated, that you feel anxious or that you feel insecure about something or that you're scared. The whole idea of overthinking is that you want to protect yourself. If you plan for the worst, then you're prepared for the worst as well. And if you always plan for the worst, then you subconsciously also preparing for the worst. And that leads to you thinking that the relationship has already ended. So what you do is you really set yourself up for failure the second you walk into a new relationship by overthinking. What are you so scared of? You are scared of being left alone, of building something with a person and then everything goes to shambles. But the problem itself is not that things might go wrong or things might end with that person. That's not the problem. The problem is that you don't trust yourself enough to think that you can handle whatever outcome it may be. So, in order to stop overthinking that much, you really need to feel safe. You really need to feel comfortable in being alone. I'm talking about like early stages of a relationship when the trust is a bit vague. It's not really there yet. So, what you have to do is you can visualize that everything goes to shit, that everything goes south. You can visualize that. You need to trust yourself that you could handle being by yourself before this relationship, and you shall handle yourself being by yourself after that relationship. There's lots of components in being safe, being alone, being safe in the feeling that the outcome may not be what you wanted it to be. There's a lot of things that you need to do, and I'll talk about it in another video. I would suggest searching up the law of detachment, how to detach from a situation. And a lot of overthinking comes from having attachment and not accepting when to let go. You have to take one step at a time. Because as soon as you start to overthink, you're putting those thoughts into reality. You're putting those fears into reality and those emotions into reality, and it shows. Energetically, that shows on a person. Without you even knowing, you subconsciously have already like set yourself and your relationship up for failure. And that's a problem. And I'm not saying you should be gullible and like naive and everything's perfect, la la la, when it's not. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you should just not attached to the situation that you end up overthinking it that much. Your like initial thought being in the early stages of a relationship should be, okay, this is fun. I like talking with this girl. I like talking with this guy. I think he's good. I think she's good. She like nothing bad. But as soon as you think he's gonna leave me, when we're together, I'm gonna waste so much time on this. I'm gonna be completely crushed after this. You can't think like that. He or she cannot already take up so much space and time in your mind, in your daily life. You're not there yet. You're actually putting a version in your mind of something that hasn't even happened yet. You're not living in the present. The only thing that's for sure, the only fact is that you're talking to that person, but you are not bound for life yet. You are not in a serious relationship. So why should you be thinking about everything that could go wrong? You can analyze, you can think, but you cannot overanalyze and overthink. I'm not saying you shouldn't think. I'm just saying you shouldn't overthink something that is in the future. That's the next month of thinking, which shouldn't be done now, and it shouldn't be done before, present, and after. So be aware of when you're thinking too much ahead and stop yourself. You have to, because what you think is also what you're putting out. Stop being afraid. So stop thinking about everything that could go wrong in your life or in your relationships, because there's always an opposite to the extreme. If you think about everything that could go wrong, then you might as well start to overthink on the positive side. What if everything could go right? What if everything could work out? Why don't we think like that? I know we don't want to be naive, but what's the problem? What's the fear of things going south? Life is unpredictable. Everybody knows that. Sometimes it will go south, but that doesn't mean that every time you're supposed to imagine the worst out of an outcome. It doesn't mean you should imagine the worst happening to you every time. It's almost like we think that we don't deserve having a good outcome. Next time you want to overthink everything that could go wrong, everything that's making you fearful, switch it up. This could go right. This could end up really good. This might be it. Don't be afraid of setting reasonable expectations. Don't be afraid of thinking positive, because you need to trust yourself. If things go south, you will handle it, and you will solve it, and you'll be alright. You need to trust yourself that you'll be alright, no matter what the outcome.